Yeah! Here we go!
It's time for TSS Fantasy.
It is Commissioner Cooper.
I could do a whole 49ers show right now.
Ready to rock out with my gavel out.
Oh yeah, baby!
Don't sleep on my Patriots,
And we're ready for football. Is that
Joe Burrow with his wrist? I'm curious.
I find you guilty of all charges.
And although you assisted force in this
and please develop some really great chemistry.
DJ Chuck Bass.
This guy has been doing it ever since coming off.
I hope you like the way I pimped
He's
you out.
4 targets in all 3 of the classes.
He scored a touchdown this year.
You know, the great thing about being a football player is you don't have to take a shower to go to work.
There it is.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is Commissioner Cooper, and you're waking up with TSS Fantasy.
Oh yeah!
the hell?
I'm having a great weekend in fantasy. Love it, love it, love it.
Happy New Year to one and all. Unfortunately, not a good New Year for the Juice, as that undefeated season came to a close last week by our own Fred the Jester, who is now killing it in the fantasy championship. So, of course, I had to bring that up right away, right off the jump. Good morning. Good morning to all of you. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. This is our final Wake Up with TSS in 2024. Anyway, we'll keep things rolling during the playoffs, of course. Let's get things started with our intros. Welcome to the studio, Justin Jesus Herrera. Welcome in, my friend.
So I think the first season I was with you boys, Freddie had the undefeated season going into the playoffs, and I think he lost it in the championship. I don't know if it was to Greg. I would have just thought that would have been poetic justice that it just came back all the way around. But, that's, OJ, undefeated season regardless. The playoffs don't count against that. That's a great year. I heard it's the first time it's ever been done as far as a full season. And then, Fred, congratulations for being that lower seed, knocking off and being the dog.
Indeed, and in fact, he's playing against the guy who got in through the play-in game. So crazy enough how that's gotten storyline in our league, of course. Good morning, puppy. Also, welcome into the studio, Greg OJ. I was undefeated. Don't mean shit. Mayor, welcome in, sir.
Listen, man, I commend Freddie for beating me, but I told Freddie I did not want to face his team in the playoffs. I was like, Fred, I need you to lose like in that first round. Because Fred, and I looked around other leagues. If you have Saquon Barkley in your team, you're likely in the championship game or right there. And Fred has Saquon and Kyron Williams. I was like, yeah, this is going to be a tough one. So congratulations, Freddie. You deserve it.
Freddie getting hot when it matters, of course. Not to toot my own horn, but in our own podcast, our network league, I also have Saquon and in the championship with company with Josh Allen. So get ready, LeDuc. You about to get smacked the hell up. Yeah. Also, welcome into studio, Fred the Jester, about to win a LSFL title. Reyes, welcome in.
Yeah. The bread is coming at a good time right after Christmas. Maybe I can recoup some of the gift money. So that's a good thing. But man, fantasy wise, a lot of big scores this weekend. A lot of scores, But hey, I had T. Higgins. Also on my team.
So you had a nice day yesterday. As you mentioned, there was a few big performances and a few not so big performances for some of the guys that are in the title game. So we're here to help you through. Obviously, hope to get you to come back or at least to finish it off your championship run. Let's pay the bills real quick. If you're watching on YouTube, do us a solid. Hit subscribe. Give us a like. Throw your lineup questions in there. Get notification bell on. Little things stopping you from doing it. Big things popping for us when you do, so we appreciate it. Also, if you're out of the playoffs like Greg and you're looking to play some daily fantasy, go to Underdog Fantasy. Use the promo code TSS. We'll double that deposit up to $100. Yes, Greg, I know I was out a long time. Didn't even make it, so I got you.
Listen. I played in 5 leagues. I'm in the championship game in 2 of them. But the LSFL, our home league, is the big money league. Like Freddie said, you hit that league, man, you recouping some Christmas money, some New Year's money, you get some good money from our league. So that's what I wanted. The belt, yes, but man, that money would feel real nice in my pocket, baby.
Yeah, that money's always on time, especially around the holidays. No doubt about it. Also, don't forget, we're just talking about it. If you're looking for some championship bling for that fantasy champion, look no further than Pro-Am belts. Lots of great stuff from those guys. And again, you're looking for that title run for sure. Go get Pro-Am belts. They got a lot of great stuff going on. All right. Well, no Brian. He's been on vacation. Lucky guy. So we're going to take you inside the medical tent with our own Justin Jesus Herrera. Good luck.
A.J. Dillon just went into the medical tent a moment ago.
All right, Justin, give us the skinny for week 17. I know we've had some guys like CeeDee Lamb. I know that's been a big disappointment for some, who's been now put on the IR. Jalen Hurts out for your championship game. Oh, my goodness. What other guys can we talk about who are in and out today?
Yeah, I'm going to go down by just by game. So I'm going to go start with the Bucs and the Panthers first. We're talking about Mike Evans starting it off. Mike Evans had a limited practice, looks good to go. Then we're going to go straight to Cade Otton. He looks like he's going to be out with a knee injury. Sterling Shepard as well is going to be out with a knee injury, so look for that to be a significant upgrade for Jalen McMillan today. Then on the Carolina side, we got Chuba Hubbard. He is out with a hip injury. He went out on injured reserve. Xavier Legette is also out he's questionable, with a hip injury. I don't look forward to playing him in my championship game, and I don't think you should either. Adam Thielen had a limited practice with a hamstring injury, and then we also had Tommy Tremble, who had a limited practice, so they're both questionable as well. Bryce Young, he did full practice, but he had a hamstring injury, so it might be one of those days where Bryce Young's really immobile and you might want to play the Buccaneers defense. Then we're going to go to the Bills and the Jets. Josh Allen, who is obviously a dog. I mean, he's had a broken hand, I think you said since week 2 on the Friday show, which is absolutely insane. He was, pardon me, dealing with a elbow injury, but he is a full go today. And then we had Dalton Kincaid. He had a full practice in with a knee injury, so he looks like he's going to be a full go as well. On the Jets side, it looks like Davante Adams is being called out for this game.
No, he's going to play.
Is that correct?
They say
he's playing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then my injury report was wrong on that one. He was definitely called out on Fox Sports, so definitely Fox Sports needs to pick up their shit. But, I'm definitely going to look into getting a different one on that one. Hold on one quick second. I'm going to go to Yahoo instead because I think they're going to be a little better. And here we go. Yes, Davante Adams questionable, so I'm going to go Yahoo this one. And then as far as like anybody else, Greg Zuerlein looks like he's questionable as well. I don't know if kickers really matter in that game. It's probably going to be either touchdown or nothing. As far as the Dolphins go, we got Tua being doubtful. We've got Jalen Waddle is questionable. D. Eskridge, which you would think would be maybe a backup or something, questionable. Tyreek Hill, also questionable. For the Browns, we got David Njoku, who's out. Cedric Tillman, who is out. And Jameis Winston. Who cares anyways because they're not going to do it, but he is questionable with a right shoulder injury. Now let's get on down to the New Orleans Saints Raiders game. We got Derek Carr out, Alvin Kamara out. That pretty much says New Orleans Saints don't play anybody. Chris Olave obviously out with his massive concussion issue. Marquez Valdes-Scantling, if you're playing him, I hope you're not, questionable. Raiders don't really have anybody on the offensive side of any note. And then Anthony Richardson, it's the Colts-Giants game. Anthony Richardson, that's the big one. He is out for the game. That means Joe Flacco season. That means go for Josh Downs and everybody else on the team. Malik Neighbors, as you said before, is Greg in the pre-show, a little backstage. He is playing with his toe injury, and he's going to be chasing a record today, hopefully getting that record from Puka Nacua of 105 catches. And then next game up we have is the Eagles and the Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb, already talked about it. He is out. Rising star Jalen Brooks, he's questionable. Jalen Tolbert, also questionable. Most likely going to play with a finger injury. And then we got Jalen Hurts, the big one. He is out for the game with a concussion and a finger injury. Already talked about the Bucs and the Panthers, and then we'll finish up with the Titans and the Jaguars. Nick Folk, if you've had him as a kicker, he's been good for you. But he's out for the game, so you might want to look for a different one. Tony Pollard is the real big one in this one. He's out, so play your Tajay Spears. And then on the Jaguars, it's nobody. So great job, yeah.
So Anthony Richardson is out, right?
Out. It's Joe Flacco.
And Tua is doubtful, right? He's almost out.
Tua is doubtful. Last report I got, Tua is doubtful.
That they are. Yeah.
Okay.
They are.
I will just say this. I will say this about Tua. I truly feel that yesterday, really, the Bengals-Broncos game was going to determine that. And now that the Bengals won, I have this weird feeling we're going to see Tua today. He's going to try to make his best effort. He fucking better be, because we still have a slight little chance if we win today. So I would anticipate seeing Tua today, but we'll see. All right, let's go before we get out. Well, we got Cap for Life already in. Here we go. Look at that. Tua's doubtful, but the Bengals win. Tua will play. That's right. See how you feeling me, Cap? We feeling it. We'll see about today. He's gonna come in today, bro. We need this game. You better step your ass up, boy. All right, now Justin was battling a cold there, as you could tell, coughing, hacking up. So thank you so much for dealing with all that. We appreciate it. I know it's not your normal shtick for the morning, but you took it like a champ. Let's take a quick break. Let Justin get his throat back, and we'll come back with some weather.
Dr. Michael Hutchison has harnessed the latest in neuromuscular dentistry and impact technology to develop a mouthguard that does more than protect. It enhances. NeuroGuard Plus isn't just a mouthguard. By focusing on the jaw's physiological position, it provides an added layer of neuroprotection, significantly reducing the risk of sports-related neurological injuries. All athletes should be using a custom mouthguard designed to their bite position. NeuroGuard Plus was created as a means to maintain your physiological jaw position regardless of your bite. The appliance is designed to optimize your upper-lower jaw relationship to improve your strength, your balance, your oxygen intake, and drastically lower your chance of a concussion. Independent studies have shown that the NeuroGuard Plus will provide you with improvement to both upper and lower body strength. The same improvements were not present with a common mouthguard. Over 6,500 athletes have used the NeuroGuard Plus. Dr. Hutchison is happy to say that the amount of diagnosed concussions is 0.2%. The NeuroGuard Plus offers athletes, coaches, and parents an advantage to keep their players safe on the field. If you or your child actively participates in athletics, they need to be protected from the dangers of repetitive head trauma. Get your NeuroGuard Plus mouthguard today. Click on the link and use code ILP Sports for 10% discount on your purchase.
All right, that's the way we do it right there. We got Eric in the wings waiting. Before we get to him, let's kick it off with some weather.
It's time for the weather report.
So I'm glad that you brought up that Bills-Jets game. We're going to talk about that in a second. What games you don't need to worry about your kickers in: Raiders at Saints, Packers at Vikings, and you're good to go there. Like I said, with all the games on Saturday and, of course, Christmas Day and Friday, we don't have a ton to go over today, but weather-wise, it's supposed to be a rainy day today. Colts at Giants, 52 degrees, calling for rain, winds at 7 miles an hour. The Jets-Bills game, that was the one I wanted to bring up, 53 degrees. It does say spotty rain, but the winds are up to 20 miles an hour and gust even higher. So that would just be my telltale sign to not play any kickers in this, you don't need to necessarily worry about somebody like Josh Allen because he can get it done on the ground. So you're good to go with that start. But maybe a little wary on Aaron Rodgers. I know he's been on a hot streak, but that win may play a factor in the way he's effective today. Panthers at the Bucks, 75 degrees, chance of rain in that as well. Winds at 10 miles an hour. Cowboys at Eagles, 62 degrees, chance of rain again. Winds at 13 miles an hour. Titans at Jaguars, 72 degrees. It says likely rain in that one. Winds 19 miles an hour. So that's another game that you need to be concerned about your kickers in. Dolphins at the Browns, America's team, 59 degrees. It is calling for rain and winds over 20 miles an hour again. So, again, be wary. Jason Sanders in that one. I know he's been pretty good this all season long, but be a little wary in that game. Falcons at Commanders, 58 degrees, and it's a slight chance of thunderstorms even in that one. Winds at 14 miles an hour. Hopefully, not a delay in that game tonight. And then Lions at 49ers for Monday night, 52 degrees. Finally get some clear skies in that one. Winds at 8 miles an hour, so should see good conditions for Monday night. All right, let's get to, we got one black. It's the Black Harry Potter. Good morning, 518 from Sacramento, new to the stream, but he's tuned. Thank you, bro. 518, damn, bro. Waking up early. We appreciate you. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you this morning. All right. Well, our guys in the wings, if you guys want some betting props, get your pens and paper out because we about to make you some money with Eric's homegrown prop bets.
Hey, 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 hey. Smoke weed every day.
Good morning, sir. How are we today?
Outstanding. How are you boys doing? Boy, we got weather all over the country. Good
we do
Lord.
Today. It's cray. It definitely plays a factor, of course, in betting props and, of course, fantasy as well. So we got to make sure we pay attention to those things. Eric, I wanted to say Happy New Year to you, and I do apologize. Yesterday was my daughter's birthday. We were at SeaWorld, and I did not get a chance to pull up any fun graphics for you today. So my apologies on that, slacking on my pimping there.
No, we're a family-first company.
But we're a family or stay broke company. All right, my brother, give us some prop bets so we can make some money today.
Well, this is the best week of the year. Time doesn't matter. The only reason we know what day it is right now is because there's NFL football on television. Sorry I missed you guys last week. I could not pull myself away from the Sunshine State and the glorious temperatures. I might be a Florida man after all, is what I learned about myself last week. Another thing that happened last week is we got duped by Kyler Murray. Very cool that Trey McBride scored last night, but that's a few days late for us. That was the only miss on that whole lineup. No touchdowns this week. System plays only in this four-legged underdog entry. Malik Neighbors, higher than 10.5 targets. You can't set this number high enough. It doesn't matter who's playing quarterback. The instructions are throw it to number one, which is really easy because he's wearing number one, questionable with a toe. He was questionable with a toe last week, and he saw 14 targets. Josh Jacobs, higher than, good Lord.
Well, that's smoking.
Maybe shouldn't indulge so much pre-show. Higher than 16.5 first quarter rushing yards. His first quarter usage has been insane recently. They love doing this on the road, especially to quiet the crowd. So, I mean, look what he did in Seattle. He had like 15 carries in the first quarter. Mike Evans, higher than 84.5 receiving yards. He hasn't made the list in a couple weeks. I'm sorry I doubted you, Mike Evans. He's been banged up. It doesn't matter. He's got 198 yards to get and 2 games to get him. Yes, 84.5 is a big number, but Mike is a big dude. Breece Hall, higher than 22.5 receiving yards. We got a pass-catching running back versus the Bills. This paint-by-numbers shit. Breece caught 5 of 6 targets last week, and he's off the injury report. These high wins you're talking about make me think he's going to get a couple extra targets close to the line of scrimmage. Put those 4 together, and we're going to turn $10 into 100 just in time to buy some shrimps.
Indeed. Let's get paid for the new year. I hope everyone got that written down and ready to rumble. If you have any more betting questions, Eric's always available on his social media. Where can we find and check you out when we're not on TSS, my brother?
at PSR Host Guy on the Twitter, or at PSR The Show if you want our edgy political takes. I like this 518 thing Black Harry Potter's got going on. That is the best time of the day before the family's up. It's just you and the sports and the reefer, you know what I mean?
It's so funny you say that, because that's literally why I made this show originally, because back in the day when I was like 16, 17, 18, I mean, I'd wake up early as hell. I'd get the paper out. I'd get the pregame, make my picks. I mean, all that. So that's why I love doing this stuff in the morning and making this Sunday show. So I appreciate you shouting us out. All right, Eric, well, we appreciate you. Happy New Year. We'll see you, of course, in 2025 next week. And hope all is well. And like I said, to Happy New Year's to you and yours, my brother.
Happy New Year to you, boys. Have a good one.
You too, man. We got some comments here we're going to get to. Before we get to that, get your muscle shirts out, because we about to flex it up with your flex starts of the week from Bandy with the 4th and Flex podcast.
It's time for Bandy's Flex Starts of the Week. That's right, folks. It's championship week. Now, it's your boy Bandy back with another episode of Bandy's Flex Starts of the Week. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Coming to you in first, a guy who, if by the time you're watching this, probably already played. I'm going to go on a limb and say Cooper Kupp. I know, normally a guy is in your wide receiver 1 slot. Is a great flex start this week. That's right, the great Bandy is going to be starting Cooper Kupp in his flex spot this week in his championship.
The price is wrong, bitch.
Moving on to the next guy on our list. A guy that can definitely be the number 1, but he ends up being more of like a number 2 in this offense. I'm talking about Jalen Reed for the Green Bay Packers. The Packers are on fire right now, man. And Jalen Reed's going to be a great flex spot for you this week. Moving on to the last guy on my list. A guy that's been up and down all year. They call him a tank. I'm talking about your boy Tank Bigsby. Okay? Mac Jones got that offense kind of humming, honestly. And Tank Bigsby's going to be a good flex start for you this week. Bigsby. Okay? Mac Jones got that offense kind of humming, honestly. And Tank Bigsby's going to be a good flex start for you this week. Guys, it's been a great year. It's been amazing. Your boy made 3 of 5 fantasy championships, so I might know a little bit about what I'm talking about, man. Thank you guys for watching, okay? And good luck in those championships. Don't forget to check out the 4th and Flex Fantasy Football Podcast. Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere you get your podcast, baby. Don't forget. Come on, baby.
Thank you. I've been working out.
All right, Bandy. Thank you for that. Cooper Kupp, a big miss. That sucks.
I was going to say, I hope he didn't start him in any of those leagues.
I'm going to say the same thing.
Great Bandy, not so great on his championship, that league anyway. Also, it's Jaden, by the way, not Jalen. Just throw that out there. Harrison, thank you so much for joining us. First time on our live stream. Excited to see what's all about. Appreciate you coming in, my brother. We always appreciate new people popping in. Black Harry Potter said, he said this during Eric's stick. He said he's already loving this channel. Let me spark up. That's right. Wake and bake.
Hey, this is for Black Harry Potter right here. Sacramento repping the house.
Okay. Represent for the Black Harry Potter. Appreciate that. Capper Light, he says, bro, Houston's kicker and JSN hurt me, but Nixon McBride got me back. 59-24. He's up. He's got Jacob, Acham, McMillan, Spears, and Philly D. My opponent has Baker, James Cook, JT, and Evans, Bucks kicker. Ooh-wee, that's going to be a close one for sure. All right, so we got a question here from Michael Lopez. Morning, guys. Should I go with a Aquanwo with Tua or I guess it's Juwan Smith with full PPR? What do you think? Well, Justin, you seem to be studying now. What do you think?
I just love how you corrected Jalen and Jaden, and then you said Juwan Smith. He's on your team, bro.
It's early, bro. It's 8 a.m., bro. What do you want?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, get it right. Don't listen to me.
I think I would go with Okonkwo in this one. He's just been lighting it up with Mason Rudolph, and, he's becoming more of a focal point. So I think I would just roll with the hot hand. I know Jonnu has been absolutely great, but I'm on the other end of it. I think that the doubtful means that Tua is actually not going to play. So I don't think Huntley is going to be beneficial to anybody in this game.
Freddie, shut your ass up. You're such a hater.
No, I think so too. He's doubtful, bro. 75%.
He was doubtful yesterday. I guarantee he's gonna be ready to go.
What are they gonna do? Get the cortisone shot? Stick like
you
3 of them in his
that's
head?
right. You're damn right. Damn right. It ain't a head injury this time. All right, Cat for Life says, did he stick with McMillan and Spears? What do you think, Juice?
I definitely stick with Spears with Pollard being out, and Tajay's been scoring touchdowns even with Pollard in the game. I'll definitely stick with Spears. McMillan, like what Justin said earlier, with Sterling Shepard out, McMillan's been getting some targets, man. He's been playing good, second fiddle to Mike Evans, but he's been getting them targets and racking up them receptions. So I will stick with McMillan also.
Nice. Cat for Life got a good laugh about Eric coughing up a lung this morning like that. Harrison agrees with you guys. He says he doesn't know if Tua's playing. All the sports books have Huntley playing today. Oh, boy, I'm about to turn in my season tickets. Caden, welcome in, my friend. He says his dumbass started James Conner in championship, had to start Stafford for Hurts being out. Oh, well, if you need anything for the rest of that lineup, Caden, we got you. If you have any other questions, I'm sorry. That's like the worst thing ever, especially in the championship. But I would have went with James Conner last night. We talked about it on Friday.
Who wouldn't have?
Yeah, it's all good. Happy New Year's to you, Black Harry Potter. We appreciate you, my friend. Happy New Year to everyone. He completely forgot. All good. Harris. Oh, welcome. Look at that. We got our fans welcoming each other. Gotta like that. Light the beam and the doobies. Phillies defense, no Hurts versus hot Dallas team, or Dallas defense, potentially no Tua versus horrible Browns offense. What do you think, Fred?
Let's see here.
Fred is paying attention.
He wasn't paying attention. Phillies D against Dallas or Dolphins D today against the Browns?
Well, I think I'm going to go with the Dolphins defense. I think they just need it more. I'm looking at the Browns offense is horrible, but if I'm going to go with the Dolphins, dude. I agree. I'm going to have to go with the Dolphins. They just need it more. So if you can't step up for a big ass game today, I mean,
cool. I'm just going to say one of my championship games, I do have the Dolphins defense in my mind.
Okay, I like it. It is not, can't get wrong with that. Thank you, Harrison. Appreciate your question and your comments. Michael Lopez this morning. Don't forget to hit that like button. Yes, sir. Hit it up, Mike. Appreciate you. Sorry, meant with Tua being out. All good. We got you there. Harrison wants to know, what do you think, Justin? When no Tua, flex Tyreek, Jonnu, or Jalen with a hot Bryce Young and no Leggett?
Yikes. Because no Tua means Tyreek never got fed. I know it's so hard to because Tyreek was probably your first round pick. I almost would look at Jalen Coker in this game because Bryce has got very limited options, no Leggett. And, Adam Thielen's a little bit hampered with the hamstring injury. This is going to be a game where they're going to have to throw the ball because Chuba Hubbard is down. And that means that I think they're in like four-string running back because Sanders and Brooks both went to the IR. So it's going to be a tough one. I think I would try and fit Jalen Coker in there, and I think I would fit him in with the Tyreek position. But like I said, if Tua somehow, by the hand of God, gets in there, you're leaving Tyreek Hill in. But without Tua, Tyrone Huntley ain't getting anybody.
That's what you call a big balls move, bro.
Big balls move. That's right. And you got to make them sometimes, especially in the championship, depending on the situation. So that'd be ballsy to make. I feel like maybe Jonnu still is going to have a good game today because they're going to be looking for that. And they've been screening him. They've been finding ways to get him the ball. He's been their third receiver, especially if, no Jalen Waddle. He's been banged up. So I think Jonnu's okay, but I like the Jalen Coker play today.
Hold on. That's a big balls move. Do you want your title or not? That's a big balls move.
I could have totally done without that visual at 8:30 a.m.
You want your title or not? You ain't
I got
getting it
sick,
for
man.
you.
Coop, I'm out, bro. I can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you got to make them moves sometimes. I hope you don't regret it, sadly. But yeah, with Tua out, if he is out, it could be some big questions for it for sure. Life says clip it. He even said it too. Big balls move for sure. Cat for Life also says Finn defense on the road, but weather be a factor. We talked about that with with the win today, so it could definitely be a factor as well. Harris said, "Thanks so much, boys. Hope I can come out of the mud after starting." Yeah, man, I'm so sorry about this. Is awful. We were talking about on Friday how bad the Texans look. It was just the rich were becoming richer over the weekend. That's for dang sure. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for those. Anything else? Please feel free to chime in. But right now, we're going to give you some ultimate DFS lineups.
The power of the Ultimate Warrior.
Black Harry Potter, before we get it, says he benched Chase for Mims yesterday. By far the big ball move. I think he stole the chance. I mean, damn, bro. Oh my God, we're doing it again. Harrison, thank you so much. Black Harry Potter, yeah, that is some big ball moves for sure. We got one lineup question here. Anthony, thanks for joining us today. All right, Greg, what would you do here? Jerome Ford or Adam Thielen?
Ooh, that's tough, man. Is it PPR? If it's definitely PPR, I'm going with Adam Thielen. I'll definitely because what weapons do Bryce Young have, right? And Thielen's been showing up the last couple of days. If it's PPR, I'm leaning towards Thielen.
Yeah.
That Miami defense is gonna put a hurting on Jerome Ford, and
I feel like there's no threat to. Normally, I would probably disagree with you because Miami, they were earlier in the year were giving up a lot to running backs. They've stepped up as of late, and if the weather is bad, they're already thinking that DTR is not going to do anything. So you can definitely think they're going to stack the box against the Browns. That's pretty much all they got.
You playing in Cleveland?
In Cleveland, yes, sir.
Oh shit, Miami season's over, bro. Today,
right, moving it on.
It's under 50 degrees. Oh.
It's 52. It's not. Pay attention to the weather report, jackass.
52. 2 degrees higher.
I love it. Anthony, thank you so much, my friend. It is PPR. He said he's down. He needs someone with a high ceiling. Oh, 1,000 prize championship. Oh, the other team had Luka and McConkey. Indeed. I think Adam Thielen's a good play. I meant to finish my thought, and I got distracted by Justin's big balls. But not only all the things that he mentioned about, not only all the things he mentioned about Jalen Coker. Don't forget that Bucs defense, secondary especially, is not very good. So that makes him also a great play today. So I totally agree with you. All right, let's go through last week's Ultimate DFS lineups. Of course, it was Christmas time, and this was the guy who brought you the bag of coals was Andrew LeDuc, only 105.9 last week. He was not stuffing your stocking in DN. He was last, so we had a decent week this week for sure. Justin bringing up the rear, I guess, if you will, 109.6 last week. Had some good plays there.
What that means.
What's that?
I was not last place, so I'm not bringing up the rear.
You're part of the rear.
I just meant you're the next one. That's all. I guess all the big balls got me thrown off today. Speaking of getting thrown off, I was not, I guess, third on the list last week. Had some good plays with Baker, Gibbs, and Jacobs. I spent up on my running backs, and it paid off last week. These receivers right now, man, I don't know what the hell. I'm so done trying to pick receivers. And let's see. It's Fred with number 2 spot. Kyler Murray did well. 120.9. Brian BTJ had another great game. So good call there, Fred. And that means our champion of the week, the Juice, bringing the presents to you in the Yuletide Joy. 149.8. What a great game for the Juice. Jerome Ford, we just mentioned it. Gibbs, Connor, JSN. He was all over, and it was hitting big last week. So let's count him up for our champion. I forgot to do LeDuc. Let's do LeDuc real quick. Duke, you knock the hell out. And of course, our winner, Greg.
And his name is John C.
So great week last week. And so, Greg, you start us off. Tell us about your ultimate DFS lineup for the new year. And finally, by the way, the AI made you black.
Dude, I look so dark. But I went with Jaden Daniels, of course. You know, I'm a new Commanders fan. You know, Jets are done, washed up. So Jaden Daniels, I like the matchup against Atlanta. They're, 26 against fantasy quarterbacks, so I had to go there. Abdullah, this is a bit of a stretch. You know, Vegas doesn't have any real running backs back there. I know Madison's been getting a lot of the touches, but I like Abdullah to get, some catches in the backfield, fall into the end zone. So I think it's a good pickup. He was only 5,100. Breece Hall, with that weather, how it's going to play out today, I even like him more. Going to catching passes out the backfield. They probably feed him a little bit more against that Buffalo's defense that's 30th against fantasy running backs. I'm definitely going to go with Breece Hall. McMillan, like we mentioned earlier, I do like him with Sterling Shepard being out. He's been catching a lot of passes from Baker. He's a target beast right now, so definitely like McMillan. And Debo, I definitely went with Debo after the game he had last week with no running backs in San Fran. He's getting carries. He's looking like old Debo, and I expect that to carry over into this game this week. Keep that momentum going. Keep using him the way they've been using him. That's what they should have been doing all season long. Even though he's been making drops, I think Debo's going to have a big game. Garrett Wilson, I think after the comments he's been making the last couple of weeks, I expect him to get fed a little bit more. After Aaron Rodgers throws that 500 touchdown pass this week, I think Garrett Wilson's going to get a few extra catches and a few extra yards this week. And Jonathan Taylor, who wouldn't want to go with Jonathan Taylor after the big week he had last week? No Anthony Richardson this week. Feed Jonathan Taylor. He's going to go get it this week. I had the money. And Tucker Kraft, he's been doing okay for the Green Bay Packers, and I expect him to keep that going. And with what I had left over against the sorry-ass Saints with nobody on offense, I went with the Raiders defense.
All right, Greg, since we're on you, we got some questions here as well. Black about 2 degrees of separation, the good stuff there. He wants Steve Triolo. He said, "What's up, Steve? Thanks for checking in." He wants to know in PPR, he's got to flex James Cook or Garrett Wilson. And is Devontae Adams playing? Yes, that's what we understand. He looks like he is good to go today. So what do you think, my OJ? Would you go James Cook or Garrett Wilson?
I'm gonna go with Cook, man. I mean, I know it's PPR, but Cook has been on fire lately. They've been feeding him the rock alongside with Josh Allen. But I like Garrett Wilson sneaky this week, but I'm not giving up on James Cook. James Cook has been balling out of his mind, so I would definitely stick with James Cook.
I like that indeed. And not only that, we talked about it earlier. The weather today, winds up to 20 miles an hour. You can expect some dump offs of James Cook from Josh Allen today. So I like that either way. PPR, be damned. I'm good either way. Caffrey said, Greg, he's doing DFS. All right. Cap, that promo code TSS, and we'll double that deposit if you go on Underdog. We appreciate that. Let's go. I forget Justin. Let's go for this one. King Chichi. He wants you to pick 3 of these. Josh Jacobs, Achane, Taylor, or McLaurin. 2,000 on the line, bro. No pressure here. What do you think? Pick 3 out of the 4 there.
No pressure, Justin.
Wow, I feel so flattered. Will I get a little tip at the end too?
Oh my God.
It's a king, of course.
You gotta ask, right? But anyways, I think in this one, crazy enough, I think I'm gonna just leave out Achane because I think that Jacobs is on a roll. I think Taylor's on a roll, and I think McLaurin is really going he's doing some good stuff this year. Yeah. I know he's America's running back, but we have seen in the past when America's running back can sometimes be Raheem Mostert or Jalen Wright when you want it to be an Achane. And last week, Raheem Mostert stuck in some touches that I was a little bit suspect of. But yeah, I think I'm going to go with the 2 running backs. I know Taylor's going to go off today. Jacobs has real potential to go off today. And then I think McLaurin is going to have another at least 100-yard and touchdown game, if not 2.
I'm looking at this like, bro, I don't think you can go wrong, quite frankly.
No,
I mean,
not at all.
Achane could be it with Tua out. And I mean, he could, in fact, we got another question here about that. So, you could see a lot of Achane today, but the Browns could tee up on that too. So they could stack the box against the Dolphins, obviously, if Huntley's in. So I like your call there. I would keep Achane out of this mix. McLaurin's got such a sexy matchup. I don't see how you don't go wrong there. So King, appreciate you. Good luck today. Happy New Year. Ring it in. And he says, Darkness.
Darkness.
I figure say the face. All right. Colby wants to know. Let's go Fred on this one. If Tua is out, does he go Achane or Garendo? They're playing on Monday night, Fred, the 49ers against the Lions, in case you didn't know. And then he wants to know Hawkinson or Chig today. So what do you think?
All right. So is Garendo actually playing?
Doubt it.
It looked, the last we saw yesterday, it looks like he was going to go today, but we could probably, Justin will probably look that up as you're talking. But
just for there being a if maybe I'm going to go with Achane. As you said, they're probably going to run the ball due to weather. They're going to run the ball a little bit more. They're going to, I think they're going to actually, even if I just don't trust Garendo right now. Plus, they're playing Detroit. Detroit's nothing to play with right now. I don't know if they solidified the number 1 seed, but if this game is for that number 1 seed over Philadelphia during the playoffs, I'm going to go with Achane all the way.
Yeah, as of right now, Garendo is good to go, but I completely agree with Fred on this one. The 49ers right now are employing 2 new offensive linemen completely off the street to be their starters. It's going to be a bloodbath, and Dan Campbell pretty much just said, I am very, very, very mad about what happened in the NFC title game, and I'm going to put the foot on the throat of the 49ers.
Wow.
In the nicest way possible, in the Dan Campbellest way possible, he said that because he said, I am still very sour about last year.
I'm so glad I didn't change my pick on that. That's for sure. Fred, what do you think? Hawkinson or Chig today?
Okay, who is Chig playing here?
The Titans have the Jaguars today. So good matchup.
Yeah. But Hawkinson.
Today, Fred.
I got this is important for people's money right now, bro. I gotta
on the radio. What they call dead air.
Yeah, this is dead air, but I gotta really think about this here.
Minnesota's playing Green Bay, so a tough matchup.
That's a tough matchup. That's a tough matchup. And you said it's Tennessee and Jacksonville. You know what? Let's go with Chig, man. Yeah, let's go with Chig, man. I'm just gonna go with Chig.
Yeah, it's not like Hawkinson's been out.
But I feel like you need Hawkinson today. It's a big game.
He hasn't been lighting it up though,
right?
Man.
And Chig, not that Chig has either, but I think with the matchup, I think you're right in where you're leaning. Although once again, one of those big ball moves because Hawkinson has the big play potential. But Chig could have a good day today against this woeful Jaguars defense. So it's a kind of pick and choose who's going to light it up for them today. But again, remind you, no Pollard today, so that could play into a factor and get Chig a little more targets in there. So
Achane and Chig, we're going with boys. Achane and Chig.
I agree. Mark it down. Let's get it, Colby. Thank you so much for your question. Capper Life said this was on the earlier. Said he liked that call. He said he has Achane but 2 out. It is tough. LeDuc, no, you did not win DFS last week. You were dead last. You brought the poll in. You talk about did he win? You got one time, bro. Like, what do you think you won? Like, seriously? Caffer Life loves Fred's takes, as always. And back to the king. He wants to know Kittle or Bowers. Don't forget, this is for Greg, and don't forget, he got $2,000 on the line. So what do you think?
Bowers, man. Bowers
in your league, bro. Damn, you killing him.
I would definitely go with keep Bowers in here. Like, Bowers is going for a record for rookie tight ends. So I'm going with Bowers, man. Kittle. Bowers, definitely, man. Who else does the Raiders have to feed the ball to? And Bowers been lighting it the hell up. Bowers.
That was exactly what I was about to say. Bowers been lighting up all season long. I don't think you can go wrong there. King, man,
Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it.
Lineup.
Yo, King got a hell of a team there, bro.
Just put him as the king of that league. That's what I'm looking at.
Send us an invite so we can play in that league next year too.
Yeah, that's right. You figured, damn it. Caprolight said Ajan went from 20 to 15 projection points. Spears went from 11 to 15. So, yeah, absolutely. Things are a changing as always. So, thank you for that. Good call there. All right, let's go with our next Ultimate DFS. Fred, that's you. What you got for your Ultimate DFS lineup?
Well, with only 8 games on a Sunday, so it was slim pickings. So I try to go the medium route, take nobody too high, and with the money, and just try to spread it out evenly. So BTJ did really well for me last week. Went with him again. We were talking about Jaden Reed. I went with the combo with him and Love. I mean, they just playing at home. They're playing at Minnesota. It's a big game, and that's why I went with that one. Bucky Irvin has been playing pretty good lately. It's Tampa Bay. It's Carolina. It's in Tampa. That's why I went that way. Brock Bowers has been killing it. That's why we always stick with Bowers for the rest of the season as much as you can. I went with the 2 tight end again, the double tight ends. So this time I went with Bowers and Kraft. Kraft was only $3,900, and that's why that's why I felt like the money should go to. Now my Rico Dotto was my if they play in Philadelphia. I said once I heard CeeDee Lamb was out, I was like, damn, well, they have to go somewhere. So I'm betting my little 6,000 on Rico Dotto. The Giants, I was running out of money. I was happy because Richardson was kind of hurt. Now they got old Joey Flack's playing for a playoff positioning. But you know what? I'm just gonna stick with the Giants. They're gonna stop Joey Flack today in the old man.
I like it. All right, here's my ultimate DFS. I know we got a couple more questions. We'll get to that in a second. My ultimate DFS today, Baker Mayfield. Gotta like this matchup today against the Panthers, who are absolutely awful in the secondary, 27th in the league. So you gotta love it. I switched just as we were talking. I had Tony Pollard in, didn't even know he was out. So I switched Tajay Spears in. So he's probably a lot cheaper than 6,400. I just didn't have time to look up how much he was. So if you're going with my lineup today, you might have a little bit more money in some other areas going with Tajay in that spot. Breece Hall today, I agree with Greg. Buffalo, as he mentioned, 30th against fantasy running backs. Talked about the weather already, so I like that. I'm going to agree with Bandy, although I'll say it's Jaden Reed today against Minnesota. They are dead last against fantasy receivers. They got him big plays. Jaden Reed's a big play guy, so I like it. Devonta Smith today, I'm playing against Dallas. They're 24th against fantasy receivers. I have to think that they will try to place him in the game plan today with Pickett last time just targeting A.J. Brown because that's the only thing he knew how to throw to. I think we're going to see a little more of the Slim Reaper today, so I like that matchup. Deebo Samuel, going to go in with him last week, called him as that's going to be his, Dolphins, like I said, struggle against big receivers, but I think today against Detroit, 31st against fantasy. That's Monday, 31st against fantasy receivers. I think no matter what Dan Campbell wants to do, I think they're going to target Deebo Samuel quite often in this matchup. So I like that. I went with Jonnu at the tight end, didn't change it. I think they're still going to target him. They set up a lot of screens and stuff for Jonnu, so I think he's still going to be fine. Cleveland's 22nd against fantasy tight ends, so it's a good matchup. I went with Jalen Coker. We talked about all the reasons why, and Tampa 26th against fantasy receivers, so you got to like that. Very cheap play today. And Eagles D, against Dallas, they have been lining up as of late, but they're going to shut down the Dallas run game. I don't think Rigo Dowdle is going to have much of a chance today, and with no CeeDee Lamb, you got to like the Eagles defense and DFS today. Let's show LeDukes before we get to our champion, before we get to anyone else. I think I did that. Well, my bad. Let's go, Justin, then we'll show LeDukes real quick. Justin, give me your ultimate DFS lineup.
Oh, the dummies have kicked in.
He got tans, Justin. He got tans.
About to skip me. Oh, man, I feel like I'm like back in first grade getting picked for dodgeball. Shit, like I'm not even in the room anymore, am I? But anyways, I go with Baker Mayfield to start it off. Baker Mayfield's great matchup against the Panthers. He's going to be super super ready to go, and I think he's going to be actually like pretty efficient in this game. I tied him with Jalen McMillan because that's a real low cost wide receiver too, who's been heating up. Bucky Irving. This is just a great matchup for Bucky Irving, and Rashad White kind of fumbled his way out of touches last week. Jonathan Taylor is my moneymaker. He's the guy I wanted to pay up for because I know that this guy is just going to have himself a Saquon week. I went with the flex. I did the double tight end rule that me and Fred have been doing all year long. Jake Ferguson, I think he'll probably be the main guy with CD Lamb out. Jonnu Smith, looking at him to be a guy, even with Tyrone Huntley there, it's just hopefully the short passes are what, come out of that disastrous game in Miami or in Cleveland or wherever the hell it is. It's probably set to hell, to be honest with you.
Hater.
And then we got Malik Neighbors going for that record. Him and Brock Bowers are actually going for the single season record for rookies. It's going to be fun to see if Malik Neighbors can beat that Indianapolis Colts offense for somewhere in the range of 10 catches. And then Michael Pittman, I love the play because Joe Flacco just fed everybody when he was in as the quarterback. He had one bad game and they went back to Richardson, but this is going to be somebody who can actually throw the ball 30 times a game efficiently. And then, pardon me, I set it up with the Eagles defense. I think even regardless of the hot play of the Cowboys, when you've got so many injured receivers and then your key working piece is out, the Eagles showed last week that their defense can keep them in a game. And, they're not playing Jaden Daniels this week. They're playing Cooper Rush without CD Lamb. So I think that the Eagles will probably handle this game pretty easily.
Yeah, this is going to be over kind of quick, I think. We'll finish up with the Dukes. He's got Baker. He likes the Baker and Bucky Irving combo today. Jerome Ford against America's team. He's also got James Cook in there and Jonnu Smith as well. He likes the Colts D, Romeo Dobbs, McMillan, and Coker. So we shall see. Should be very interesting for sure. Let's get to some of these questions before we move things along. Fred, let's go to you on this one. This is a PPR championship. He had Connor last night, so he needs a huge day from his flex spot. Who do you think has the biggest chance to go off? Rico Dowdle, Devonta Smith, or Jordan Addison? What do you think? Oh, you're on mute, bro. The mute monster has
Rico Dowdle is definitely by himself today. He's on his own little island against that defense, so you might want to leave him out. Jordan Addison is playing against Minnesota in Minnesota. I'm going to go with Devonta Smith. Dallas defense is not great. But Jalen Hurts ain't playing. Sheesh.
Addison.
I'm switching it back to Addison. Without Jalen Hurts, we're going to go with Addison at home. He's been playing pretty good. I've been playing him every week in fantasy, and he's been doing it fine for me. So go with Addison today. I feel comfortable.
And a big game for the Packers. You expect them, for the Vikings, you expect them to kind of hopefully go back and forth a bit in this matchup. So, yeah, I like the call there. Thank you, Will. We appreciate that. Brian, please don't pick the Giants to win. They need to lose for that number one pick. But don't worry, if Fred's picking them, you're all good.
Brian, you're okay. They're going to get Shadur Sanders or Cam Ward. One of them are going to get one of them, buddy.
I like it. Cat for Life says, Herrera has the ultimate stash, bro. The bro stash is glorious. Too bad you're frozen right now, but that stash is really looking good.
I'm tired of looking at that frozen-ass stash
every week.
At some point, for sure. Brandon Gregory, thanks for checking in. Well, let's go to Gregory for this one. Jonnu Smith, Tucker Kraft.
Gregory for this.
And for the Bucks, he needs one. Thanks. What do you think?
I hate you, Jason. And it's PPR. I like Jonnu Smith. I mean, regardless of Tua, if he plays or not. The way that, like Coop said, and we know Coop knows Miami, the way they've been using Jonnu Smith in Miami, they be using them on screens, bubble screens. They use them in the red zone. I like the way they've been using them. And I think even with Tyler Huntley, if he's the quarterback today, they're going to find a way to get Jonnu Smith the ball. So I'm going to go with Jonnu Smith.
All right, I like it. Bro Stash going to Justin for this one. Half PPR from Mine Yours. Brandon, thank you so much for your question, by the way. We appreciate you. Mine Yours, thank you, my friend. Half PPR, Justin. He's got Thielen, McMillans, and Downs. He's worried about the weather in the Carolina-Tampa game. Does he start Downs with Flacco, or what do you think?
Well, let me think about that. For a second now. You know what? I'm gonna go with McMillan and Downs in this one just because I love the matchup with the Giants, and I think McMillan's been coming out really strong with Tampa Bay against Carolina. I'm not really too worried about it because Baker's shown a tendency to just throw it whenever and wherever. Like, he's been in Tampa for so long, and he's never had this feeling of not being able to throw the football, you know. And Tampa has weather issues all the time, right? They deal with rain all the time. You guys are in Florida, you guys know. But yeah, I would 100% feel safe with Downs and Flacco because that's kind of when Downs had his best games, is with Flacco.
If you had to pick between McMillan or Downs, just in case he needs that one spot, which would you do?
All right. I would probably do Downs.
Okay, got it. He's like, all right, thanks. Cap for life. We appreciate you, my brother. All right. Well, if you missed it on Friday, before we get to our picks, we got some sophisticated starts for the new year. Speaking, of course, Andrew LeDuc, here he is with his own sophisticated starts, the last one of 2024. Let's check it out.
Slightly overweight guy in a brand new coat. That's me. Christmas time, baby. Beautiful here. Let's talk about some other things that fit perfectly into your lineups this week with some sophisticated starts, because this is Sophistication Station, and that was a sophisticated car. Let's kick it off with a QB, Baker Mayfield. Great matchup this week. He's going to throw it all over the place. He's on fire. He's going to get you probably 20-plus points. Get Baker Mayfield in your lineup and get yourself a championship, because right there with him to do all the work will be Bucky Irving, who is just killing it on the ground. He's catching passes. They're going to continue to use him. Rashard White has kind of slowly fallen off the cliff. Not completely, but it's Bucky Irving's show now. So get Bucky Irving in there and get Baker Mayfield in there. And then last but not least, one more sophisticated start for you. James Cook has been a powerhouse for the Bills right now. He's catching passes. He's running the ball. I know it's a tougher matchup against the Jets, but let's be real. What the hell do the Jets have to play for? So James Cook, Buffalo Bills, to the moon. Let's go. Stay classy, my friends. And once again, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. It's coming. See you then.
I think LeDuc said it best. What the hell the Jets have to play for? All righty. Thank you, Mine Yours. We appreciate you. I saw the shock look on your face, Greg. All right, well, let's finish up with our final picks for 2024 with our picks of the week.
We're on a mission, guys. We're on a mission, guys.
All right, let's take a look at what happened last week. As I scroll up here, here we go. Our guy who's full of jolly joy was Fred. Finally, 13-3.
Damn.
What a great week last week. LeDuc went 12-4. I was 11-5. Greg 9-7, and Justin, per the usual, our elf on the shelf, leading up the rear. That brings our picks for the season. Ooh, LeDuc's only 4 behind me. We got.
Why am I looking like Bernie Mac, bro? What the heck is going on? Like, I'm looking for my picture, and I'm like, is that me?
Greg 159. He's 4 behind LeDuc. Fred closing in on Greg a little bit, only 2 behind.
I like my picture. My face is nice and full. I like it.
Justin with his full locks are leading up the rear there at 150.09. He said those picks weren't so classy. I love it. All right, let's get to our picks. We'll start out with Dallas going against the Philadelphia Eagles. Dallas all time 74-57 against the Eagles. Last time we played was November 10th. Philly won 34-6. Philly's favored by 7.5. Over under in this one is 38. Justin, who you like in this one?
What was this one again? Sorry, I was looking through.
Okay, Freddie 2.0.
Yeah.
Philly at Dallas. Or Dallas at
Philly.
Philly, my bad.
I'll take Philly. I've been a hater all season long. I'll take Philly.
Hey, Brian says some of y'all look like you should be ringing the bells for Sally. Damn, bro. All right, let's I'm not gonna waste any time with that one. Let's hammer it at home for the new year. We all like the Eagles in this matchup. Seemed kind of silly to go around the room for that. All right, let's go to the next one. Carolina at Tampa Bay. Carolina leads the series 25-23. Last time they played December 1st, Tampa Bay won 26-23 in overtime. They won 4 in a row in the series and 8 out of the last 10. Bucks are favored by 9.5. The over-under is 48. What do you think wins this one, Greg, and why?
Did you say 9.5?
That's a lot.
A lot.
I'm going with Tampa. I mean, Tampa, they're trying to get that momentum built for the playoffs. Bucky Irvin's shining. McMillan's shining. Baker Mayfield is playing some ball right now. So I'm definitely going with Tampa.
Yeah, I mean, Carolina's been that weird helter-skelter team. Sometimes they play really good, but lately they're not playing very good at all, especially last week. So go ahead and hammer it down for the holiday. We all like the Bucks in this matchup. All right, I can't wait to talk about this one. The Jets visiting the Buffalo Bills. Bills lead the series 70-58. Last time they played was October 14th. Buffalo won 23-20. They won 2 in a row in the series. Buffalo is favored by 10. The over-under is 46. Fred, who wins this?
Who did you pick, Fred?
Yeah, who wins this one, Fred?
Okay, he said 10. Fuck. Okay. Oops. I picked Buffalo, man. I'm not gonna lie. At this point, do we really want the Jets to win that one of last 2 games? Do we really want to lose the draft positioning? No.
Fan card in said pocket for both of our Jets fans. Hammering home.
Whoa.
All like the Bills.
Coop, you already knew. I was on the fringe, bro. I'm already.
All right, it's good.
Greg's like, what are you talking about? We're not talking about the Commanders.
You know, my problem is the Jets beat the Bills once every year.
That's
always
true.
Beat the Bills once.
It's a divisional matchup. Should have picked it, but you didn't. All right, let's go. Colts at the Giants. Colts lead the series 12-8. Last time they played, it was last year. Giants won 38-10. The Colts are favored by 7.5. The over/under for this one is 40. Justin, who wins this and why?
Joe Flacco's in. The Colts are still alive in the playoffs. Let's go, Colts.
Yep, hammering home again. We all like the Colts in this matchup for sure. I could have included Saturdays and the weekends game into this because that was kind of interesting to say the least. So we had some at least mixed picks in that one. Let's Justin, since we're on you still, should he go Browns D or Jags D today? From Chris Berg. Thanks so much for your question.
God, somebody else. Jesus, your only options. Maybe the Browns D because they've actually been good in the past, but I mean, shoot, I'll go with the Browns defense. Bad weather. They've been good in the past, and a backup quarterback could be a good mix for the Browns D.
Yeah, same with Jags. Actually, I don't mind either of these matchups because, you got the Jags going against Titans. Same, we talked about earlier, wins should be high in that game as well. So I don't think you actually pretty much could go wrong with either one. As Justin said, though, if there's a better matchup, obviously that's where you want to go. But I think either or. I think I plugged in Jags D last week, and they disappointed me. So I think I'll go with Justin's pick with Tyron Huntley, and you expect some mistakes to be made.
I was going to say, really? They disappointed you? I can't understand why that would be.
Indeed. All right,
They've been so solid all year long.
let's go to one where you got some. Actually, we don't all agree on the Raiders at the Saints. This series actually is tied 7-1. Last time they played was in 2022, and the Saints won 24-0. The Raiders are favored by 2, and the over/under is 37.5. Greg, who wins this and why?
This is a man. Listen, this is a. If you're watching this game, I feel sorry for your ass. This is one of those games like you wish you had the Sunday ticket or the red zone because you don't want to watch this shit. But I had to pick one. I went with the Raiders. They have the more comparable players. I guess that's still healthy. So with the Raiders.
I like it. I like it. What do you think, Justin?
Yeah, I mean, OJ put it best. I'll go with the Raiders because my entire in-laws and extended family will be at that game. So, yeah, I was supposed to be at that game as well. But, yeah, I'm going to go with the Raiders on this one. I didn't know it was going to be come to this, but, yeah, I'll go with the Raiders.
I know. Crazy enough. How hot the Saints started this year. What do you think, Fred? Who wins?
Fred didn't pick the Saints.
For as my old boy Nick Macarena say, for as low as $18, you can get tickets to watch the Saints and the Raiders in New Orleans. And I did pick New Orleans. I thought somebody would be playing it by this time, but I guess the whole damn New Orleans Saints team ain't gonna be playing today. But they're gonna pull off the upset at home.
Our hungover guy this week is.
I love that picture.
Obviously, he's going to be our lone wolf in this one. He likes the Saints to pull off the upset.
I look so sad.
So I don't know how much of an upset that would actually be. He said we got Dirty Reg says Saints at home. Why not? They both suck.
Listen,
Dirty Reg.
Watch the Saints pull this mess out, bro. Watch the
Dirty Reg. Thanks so much for your comment. You're spot
Greg, the
on.
Raiders go Raiders.
Saints,
Raiders go Raiders.
Watch this mess, man. Spencer Rattler going to throw for like 350 yards, rush for 2 yards. It's going to be so crazy shit.
Oh, the Black Harry Potter. I feel you about the Raiders. I love it. All right, let's go to our next one. We got the Tennessee Titans at the Jaguars. Tennessee leads the series 35-25. Last time they played was not too long ago. December 24th, Jags won 10-6 in that great epic matchup. Jags are favored by 1. The over-under is 39. So who do you think wins this one? Justin, go to you first.
Yeah, I was hoping you would go to me. I think that this might be the first time I have voted for the Titans to win a game all season long. At least I got something right. They only won twice this year. But, I'll tell you what, the Titans, golly, they look just a little bit better than the Jaguars and Mac Jones. I do not like what I see with Mac Jones. He doesn't look like he can throw a football anymore.
I'm with you on that one. Fred, what do you think?
So if you want to sit in the upper level at 431 and watch this game for $17, you get to watch an NFL pro game. Jacksonville versus Tennessee. So I went with the Jacksonville Jaguars only because they're at home and Mac Jones is quarterbacking. So he's playing for the next contract. Let's go.
And the price is cheap. Might be sold out today. Who knows? Greg, what do you think wins this one?
Did Fred say the Jags?
He did say the Jags.
I thought I was going to be the lone wolf on this one, man. I went with the Jags too. You know what's funny? Mac Jones has been playing decent football with the Jags. And with Brian Thomas Jr. as his receiver, he's been looking for him a lot. I like that. I like the Tank Bigsby and Travis Etienne backfield. The duo is working well. This may be the upset of the week. I agree with Freddie, and I'm going with Jacksonville.
I don't know how much
$17.
I was going to say. The only thing upset about this is these two fan bases.
It's upsetting when you watch it, Justin. It's
upsetting if you're watching it, exactly. Black Harry Potter said Tennessee rocking the Jags. The Jags are a dumpster fire waiting to spread it to you with that. Dirty Reg said this does feel like an against the grain spot for the Titans to me. They both suck again. Yeah, absolutely. I love this one. He says Black Harry Potter says Mac throws pitch fits, not touchdowns.
Wow.
Oh, couldn't agree more with you there. So revealing the picks, me and Justin both going with the Titans, and we got LeDuc, Greg, and Fred all liking the
Freddie
Jags.
and Bernie Mac. Let's go, Fred.
Yeah, for some reason the AI made me like a skinny British gap tooth motherfucker. I don't know what happened with my AI.
Hey, I got a question for you guys, all you guys, since you all live in Florida. Like, you guys are all kind of close to each other, right? Or is Greg the farthest away?
I'm the farthest.
Yeah, Greg's farthest.
What team do you guys have to see as the local team on your local channels?
It's either Tampa, and they've been playing now. It depends though. If Miami's doing well, they will play Miami for the. They used to be so straightforward: CBS, AFC, Fox, but they kind of mix things up a little bit. But normally, it's depending on the team that's doing well is what they do. At least in my household anyway. But the Bucks are always on no matter what, and it depends on the Jags Dolphins, quite frankly.
I'm glad you said that.
To Tampa, so I get Tampa all damn day.
You get Tampa all damn. I'm glad you said that because I'm just like thinking to myself, imagine the people that have to watch these Jaguars game on live TV, and that's the only fucking football.
That's the Daytona. The Daytona above market.
Right. If you're a football fan, don't have Sunday ticket. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you already. Like, come on, bro.
Tighten up. Get the red zone. The red zone ain't bad.
Yeah, that's not too bad. I throw that on one TV. That way I can get some updates, while I'm watching whatever else I'm watching. So, all right, let's get to the next one. America's team, the Miami Dolphins. And in fact, the only team of our little group here that's still alive, going against the Browns. The Dolphins lead the series 12-9. Last time they played was in 2022. Miami won 39-17. They're favored by 3.5. The over/under is 34. So let's go to Fred. Who'd you pick in this one?
Cleveland.
Wrong.
I picked Miami, and I don't know why I did it in a rush. Because I didn't know the weather, and I didn't know the game was in Cleveland. I absolutely think Miami's going to lose. But I did pick them. So they will win today. You know why? Because they're still playing for something. And they cannot keep letting their fans down. They cannot keep doing that, damn it.
Yeah, you're damn right. Thank you, Fred. Thank you so much. Brian says, remember they wouldn't even show the Bucks on TV because they didn't sell enough tickets. Brian's showing his age because I don't remember that at all.
That's a long those are the pewter Bucks.
Jerseys.
Busting my balls. Right back at you, Brian. Jag versus Titans is primetime television for Cat for Life. Black Harry Potter says watching the Jag is like choosing to listen to sleep. Did this Miami line go way down? No, it probably, I'm sure it did. I didn't look earlier in the week, so I'm sure it did go down once Tua went out.
Yeah, Tua thing just brought the line like.
Don't know how many games I listened to them on the radio. So listen, now I showing my age, I remember being down. We lived down closer. We were like in between towards West Palm. So the Dolphin games, if they didn't sell out, would be blacked out and would be listed on the radio. And a funny story, I was just talking to my dad about it. They were playing the Saints one day. I'll never forget it. Listening to it on the radio, I could hear it. And then this is where I get my fandom from. I could hear something happened bad. The Saints did something. And next thing I could hear was our telephone. And you remember those telephones back in the day? Yeah. All I could hear was bam against the wall, and it going into smithereens. My dad was so upset because the damn Saints did. So I don't remember exactly what they did. But it was pretty funny though. But old radio story from back in the day. You see, Dirty Reg say feels good about Miami at 3.5. I like that. Cat for Life says looking bad for Tua. I hate to say that. 2 rookie QBs in my take me to Bob.
That's not rookie. That's not rookie.
That's not rookie.
Hey, rookie, Jason.
Oh my God, Dookie. My bad. I just said rookie. Whatever. They are kind of.
You said take me to a Bob Ross marathon.
It's really beautiful, the painting. All right, Jake Kelly he wants to know: sit one, Malik, Jordan, Jerome, Jameson, or Jaden? What do you think? Well, let's go to Greg. I think you're up.
Man, I hope you didn't go to me on this one.
I was
God
hoping
damn.
he went to not go to me because I was like, who the hell?
All right, so Malik Neighbors, Jordan Addison, Jerome Ford,
Jameson Williams,
J-Mo.
and McMillan.
Yeah.
Oh, Jim McMahon. There you go.
Ding, ding, ding. See, that's why I went to you.
Sit one. I mean, you can't lose with either one of them. But if I had to sit one, well, Malik Neighbors is going for the rookie record, so he's going to play.
Yeah.
I like Jordan Addison also because he's been playing well off of Justin Jefferson. I'm gonna sit Jerome Ford. I'm especially if it's PPR. I'm gonna sit Jerome Ford. You know, Jason would, like I said earlier, Jason would love this. Miami's defense has been playing a lot better. It's going to be an ugly game, and I think Miami has something to play for and to show up and show them that we're not the shit show of the AFC East like the Jets. So Miami, sit Jerome Ford. Everybody else, let him play.
Thanks for saying that, Greg. Jay Kelly, thank you so much for your question. We appreciate
I'm a realist.
you.
I'm not like Freddie. I know my Jets suck. That's why I'm a Commanders fan now.
He said Finn's game at 4 o'clock. That's because they only got a few games, bro. Like I don't know if they moved that or not. I mean, how many games we have today? They got to do something at 4 o'clock. He said he remembers when the Finns Colt blackout game in 2000 was a playoff game. That just goes to show you, like, the Dolphins fans are so damn fickle.
Y'all bitter. I thought the Jets fans were bitter,
but not fans like me and Cat for Life. That's for damn sure. Because we all hammer it home. Everyone likes America's team today, so we shall see. Hopefully, they can pull that out. Jay Kelly, thank you, my friend. We appreciate you. Black Harry Potter said, "Sit Malik today. That toe of his is suspect. That record ain't gonna get broke today." Black Harry Potter with some good insight. I like that. All right, let's go.
Put some cortisone in it. Run it out.
Let's go to our next one. Green Bay at Minnesota. Green Bay leads the series 66-59-3. Played back in September. Minnesota won a thriller 31-29. Minnesota is favored by 1. The over-under is 49 for this one. Justin, who you liking this and why?
Packers. Go Pack, go.
Go Pack, go.
Mostly because I want the Lions to be fully motivated to win that game. And if the Pack win, then they're still in it. If the Vikings win, then they just say, all right, we won the division. We're good.
Justin thinking about his draft pick next season. Fred, who wins this and why?
Green Bay, man. I just think overall there's going to be the better team. They're going to put it out today.
Greg, who you like?
Have you guys seen Sam Darnold play?
I have.
Sam Darnold is balling. That Minnesota offense is humming. It's moving. I'm going with Minnesota. Sam Darnold, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, Aaron Jones, Hawkinson. You're telling me Green Bay has something for that? Nah, I'm going Minnesota.
Hey,
I have to agree with you, and I like
this
that Justin.
Is the game of the day.
It is the game of the day. I'm glad Justin, Fred went with the Packers because it's making me feel good about my pick. Indeed, I like Minnesota. They just, one of them, almost like the Chiefs, don't seem to always win pretty, but they always seem to win. So I'm going to go with the Vikings. Although Packers are hot, man, this is going to be a fun game to watch. That's for sure. At least
also, Brian, listen, that coach, that the defensive coordinator, he's calling some good plays. So I think Jordan Love going to throw a couple of picks today too. Just saying.
I like that. He said Darnold is balling. Minnesota is the play. Tucker for 35 plus yards. Reed for a what the fuck did he score anytime? You ain't wrong there. Will Barkley break the rushing record? Man, he's got a good chance today, especially with Jalen Hurts out. And that Dallas D is just blech. So yeah, he definitely seems like it's happening. The Dark, he wants to know, do we think Tua doesn't play even with the Broncos losing last night? I was under the assumption they were going to send him the Yeah, so I was under the same impression. It's a lot of people have been chiming in, Cat for Life, one of them mentioning it's not looking good for him today. I was in the same mindset, though, was that, I thought Tua was going to bust out today. So for me, I think Tua is going to play, but that's just my fandom talking. So what the hell do I
Let's
know?
go, Tua.
Thank you, Dark. We appreciate you. Dark said 3 points separate the Vikings and Green Bay last time they played. Get back game activated for Green Bay. Again, would not be shocked if they did. They're really hot right now. I just believe Minnesota, they're just, like I said, kind of like the Chiefs. They haven't been winning pretty, but they've been winning all the way around. Thank you, Black Harry Potter. Good morning, Daryl says, good morning, guys. He needs one flex PPR. We'll go to Justin on this one. Rico, McMillan, Williams, Pollard, or Shakir. He just needs one of those.
Well, so no Pollard for sure. Let's cross that one out. And you know what? Shoot, if you need one to be your locked in guy, it's really making me. I'm gonna go with either McMillan or Williams. I think I'm gonna go with McMillan in this one. I think he's gonna be needed a little bit more. I really think J-Mo's got a chance to bust one loose against the 49ers secondary, but I'm just worried that it's only gonna be like maybe one, and I think McMillan's just gonna get peppered all day long.
Well, that's what ends up happening. Of course, Jameson Williams, when he has his big games, there are just a couple big plays here and there. So I like your call there. This is for you, Fred, because this is more up your alley. Is Devontae Adams just going to catch a Rodgers TD and then sit? I don't think he's going to perform like the last couple of weeks. Yeah, I agree with that anyway. Not to be a hater, but we got weather worried about there as well. So would you sit him for McMillan? Also, Miami's D or Indy's D? Greg, what were we going to say? Sorry.
All I'm going to say is Garrett Wilson's rumbling. I just got a report that him and Aaron Rodgers are just not on the same page. So I'm telling you, Garrett Wilson's going to get the damn ball today, boy. I'm just saying.
All right. So what do you think, Fred?
I believe what Adams did say he wants to catch the 500 touchdown. So I believe
if
he did catch it, then they're going to sit him.
But I think Garrett Wilson is going to get like 10 receptions today. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to throw the heck out the ball to Garrett Wilson today. That's just me.
Also, it's mad windy in Buffalo. We already talked about the weather. So, yeah, you're probably better off going with McMillan. The way, it's a little bit nicer, and Baker just throws that ball everywhere. Now, Miami or Indy's D. I know we've been talking about Miami-Cleveland game and the Giants-Indy game. The Giants are terrible.
Say it. Say it. Say it.
They both playing for something. That's my problem. They both playing for the playoffs. I'm going with.
Say it. Say it.
I don't know, man.
He wants to say Miami so bad. I
just don't trust Miami, man.
You got to trust that D, though. That's what I say.
Go with Miami, dude.
Go with Miami D.
Indy's not a bad play.
No, Indy's not a bad play either. Like we mentioned earlier, I don't think either one of these is a bad play. But I'd of course go with Miami personally. But they have been the better defense all season long, and DTR is DTR. So we'll see how that plays out. But I'm going with Miami's D on that.
All right, go with Miami. Let's go.
Greg, this is from Chaz 3218. Start AJ Brown and Devonta Adams, also Aubrey or Riker. You got a kicker question there. What do you think?
Lord, you in a tough position because you got Pickett as your quarterback for Philly. You saw how that went last week, and they're trying to feed Saquon the ball to break this damn record. And it's going to be windy in New Jersey. It's going to be.
You just said they're going to feed Garrett Wilson the ball.
I know they're going to feed. I think they're going to feed Garrett, man. I think that they're going to feed Garrett the ball. But I'm going to go with Devontae because he's going to – when they get to the red zone, Aaron Rodgers Devontae wants to catch that damn 500 touchdown pass. So I'm going to go with Devontae just because he may get like 3 catches of his PPR and maybe like 30 yards and a touchdown. I give you about 11, 12 points. So that's going to be more than what A.J. Brown's going to give you with Pickett as your quarterback.
I like it. Dirty Red says he's trusting Darnold a bit more than Love at this point.
You started Riker or Aubrey?
Oh, my bad. I moved on from the kicker question. What do you
Are we kickers? Really?
I mean, I think there was a point made by Blackberry Potter. Aubrey will outscore all of them.
He might.
Yeah, he might.
With the kickers, man, it's so hit and miss. Like, I sit here and give you, but I would always just go with the game. I think will be a little more high scoring. And My only concern about Aubrey is that they might get in a position where field goals really don't matter to them very quickly. So that'd just be my only concern with him. But again, go with the guy you think is going.
I like Rashard too.
Yeah, either one's good. Neighbors, Toe, or Tajay, no Pollard, juicy matchup. Dark, I don't know if this PPR or not, but I'm just going to answer this. I would definitely go Tajay in this all day long. He's got a good matchup. They're going to feed him the ball, no Pollard today. So to me, that's an easy one for you to go with. Neighbors, yeah, he gets targeted a lot and he gets the ball a lot, but he's got the injury concern. And, I don't know. I'm going Tajay unless everyone disagrees with that one. Will Farshay wants to know, been riding Packers D, but Minnesota looks like a tough matchup. Would you go either America's team, the Miami Dolphins, the Browns, or Philly still available? Listen, I don't need to ask anyone this. Please pick up Philly. Do yourself a favor, plug and play that easy against Dallas with no CD Lamb. You can expect a big day out of Philly's defense. So I think that's an easy one there for sure. He said, riding what, sir? Said Dolphins D with no Tua or Eagles against the Cowboys. So Dark, that was, I think you were getting back to that same question. Yeah, it's definitely Philly indeed. Brian's liking that. Blackberry Potter said he told my wife the same thing. Trust the D, baby. All right, Brent. Thank you. We got a paid question. Oh my God, I can't even believe that, Brent. Thank you very much. Appreciate you,
bro. Good looking.
Let's go to our fantasy expert here, Justin, because I don't want to ask these other knobs just playing with you. Justin, what do you think here? Half PPR. He needs to start two of these guys: Thielen, Debo, Hill, and Dowdle. What do you think?
Ooh.
First the $2,000 one, now the paid one. Come on, man.
The pressure, Justin. The pressure.
There's too much pressure. I'm going to get death threats after this one if it doesn't work out. I think I'll go with on this one. I think I'll probably go with Debo, and I think I'll go with Thielen. I think Dowdle, he's got an option, but I think the Eagles' defense can be a little suffocating. And then Tyreek Hill, like I said, if Tua's playing, play Tyreek Hill. If he's not, it's just one of those things, man. Just look at the past. It's not worked out so far. I know we were calling it a big ball move, but all you got to do is look at the past. It hasn't worked out.
All right. Greg, what do you think?
No, I'm going to say I'm just glad Justin's frozen because he said big balls, and I don't want to see him standing up on the chair anymore. So I'm good. Whatever Justin said.
That's really funny how that got frozen after Justin said everybody was thank you, Brent. We appreciate you. I agree with Justin though and his take there. I do not like Dowdle today at all because the Eagles D has been shutting down everyone, and when you don't have a CD Lamb to give you any kind of run threat, you can see them definitely shutting down Dowdle today. So I like that call indeed. Fred, what do you think here? Thank you very much, Brent, for that. We appreciate you. Daryl wants to know Garendo or Rashad White in PPR. What do you think?
Rashad White from Tampa. It's Bucky Irving gets all the play. I'm gonna go with Garendo, man. I mean, shit, man. They play in Detroit, but I gotta go with Garendo because Bucky Irving is the focal point of Tampa Bay, man. So I'm going with Garendo.
I like that. Alex Stanley brings, and thank you, Daryl, for your question. He said Thielen was questionable with a hamstring earlier this week. Will play, but hammy avoids like the plague. There's nothing wrong with that theory at all, Alex, because quite frankly, you never know when that might pop up during the game. Thielen does have a little bit of age on him too, so that definitely is a concern. But you got to like the matchup either way. So if he's good enough to go, you can expect at least some targets for him in the Bucs secondary. Not so good. So I feel you, but I think he's not a bad play today. All right, let's get on with the picks. Atlanta at Washington. Washington leads the series 18-10-1. They played last year, actually. Washington won 24-16. They won 3 in a row in the series. Atlanta's favored by 3.5. Over under is 46.5. Let's just ask Greg who you like and why.
Burgundy and gold, baby. Let's go. Burgundy and gold. That's all I'm gonna say.
Let's hammer that down. We all like the Commanders. I got our new Commanders fan in here. I had to ask him, but yeah, we like the Commanders in the matchup. Atlanta with Michael Penix now in. You got to expect and their defense very suspect. So I really like your call today on DFS. Almost made me switch to get Jaden Daniels in. I expect him to have a huge game.
Rookie of the year, baby.
Gotta love
Brock Bowers.
Yeah, there's at least some decent rookies to make that play. That's for sure. All right, let's finish.
Jaden gonna be in the playoffs, Freddie, as the quarterback. Crazy.
Let's finish it up with the Monday Night Delight. The Lions at the Niners. San Francisco leads the series 40-28-1. Last time they played was last year in the NFC Championship, and San Francisco won 34-31. They've won 3 in a row in the series. Detroit, however, favored by 3.5. Over under is 50.5. Fred, who wins this and why?
This used to be such a great game. I went with Detroit. Minnesota and them are battling for the division #1 seed. San Francisco ain't playing for shit.
Indeed. Greg, who you like?
You said the point is only 3.5?
Yeah.
It's in San Francisco, though, you know?
Yeah.
Sorry, Justin, but San Fran, I'm going with Detroit.
Sorry. Justin's doing that whole thing where, you my team sucks, they're going to lose, just so he can feel better if they do win. Because I remember feeling that way. It's like when you're up in fantasy and there's still time left and the opponent you like, hey, good game. Like, bitch, shut your ass up. This shit ain't over with yet. Justin, who do you think wins and why?
You will never get my fan card is all I'm going to say. You will never have my fan card. San Francisco, let's go. Let's rally. New freaking lineman, new everything. Let's go. Come on. We're going to have a George Kittle type of day. Yeah. It's going to be a Debo Samuel.
Dude, I respect you, bud.
History day. We're going to come on. Brock Purdy, baby.
I respect you, man. $2 million working at Walmart yesterday.
Justin, you're going to look just like that picture on Monday night, bro. I want you to send us a selfie after the game, and you better be bundled up like that.
I love it.
You can tell this is one of the last shows. We're talking shit.
Oh, all right. Love it. All right. So
we're never going to have my fan card.
Eagles gatekeeper.
What defense should I play? Dolphins go Eagles, gatekeeper, easy. That's Eagles. I think that's an easy play today. I like the Colts matchup. I like the Dolphins matchup, quite frankly, but I think the biggest point potential you'll see, I think, from the Eagles. So I like that a lot. Appreciate your question, as always. Alex Overs, Detroit, at least 7 points better than the Niners. 3.5 is a gift. I'm
about to go put more money in my account.
Crazy. Yeah. Now, Brian busting our chops and then bring some big money to the table. Gave a big shout out to us today. Thank you so much, Brian. We appreciate that. He said, thinking you should have a defensive center right in that D spot. I absolutely love it. Thank you for the last and your fantasy advice as well, Brian.
I like that. Right in that D.
Right in that D. Hey, bro. Listen, you're talking to the right one when you bring up stuff like that. I like that with a lot of
Freddie, that's all you.
Yo, that would be a great defense.
Since all of you have woken up this morning, I know you've missed church. So, listen, but the best thing I can do for you is bring church to you. Before we close things out for 2024, let's put our hands together and pray for Fantasy Jesus.
I'm here to save your fantasy rosters.
Good morning, TSS family. This is your Fantasy Jesus here to give you your championship week. That is week 17 DFS picks. We're going to get it kicked off with the quarterback position, Baker Mayfield. I love this matchup for him. The Panthers are looking for a way out of the season, and Baker Mayfield's looking for a way into the playoffs. Look for Baker to be Baker, and Baker to get you to championship wins this week. His buddy Bucky Irving will also be helping you at the running back position. Bucky Irving has been phenomenal on the ground, and it helps that Rashad Evans fumbled the bag last week. So look for a lot of Bucky Irving this week, early, often, and all game long. Then we got Terry McLaurin for the Washington Commanders. Look for this to be a huge, scary Terry game against the Atlanta Falcons, and a game that the Washington Commanders need to win to stay in the contention for NFC East champions. Then we got the Brock Bowers. Just go for the high guy in this one. You want to go for the high value guy because he's put in 11 catches last week. He's the only guy that the Raiders seem to target, and Aiden O'Connell is still the quarterback back there. They're like best friends. And finally, we're going to wrap it up with another Buck. It's going to be the Bucks defense. I like them this week to smash the Carolina Panthers. It's going to be a bad week for Bryce Young and a great week to be a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. That is 5 DFS picks for your Week 17 championship week. May the titles be with you, and may your lineups be blessed.
I'm not sure who to start this week. Trust in your savior.
Trust him indeed. We appreciate this. Oh, we got one more before we head out today. Our boy Gatekeeper wants to know, Madison, Wicks, or Blackshear at the flex? What do you think? Let's go, Greg. What do you think?
I'm glad I didn't get this question.
Yeah, good for you, Freddie. He would end the show with this shit. I'll go Madison. Madison by default. Definitely go Madison. I mean, who else the Raiders have besides Brock Bowers?
I mean, Saints run D has been very bad as of late too, so it's not a bad call. Wicks has not shown up like I thought he would, but it is a good matchup for him. So, Blackshear's not a bad play either. I mean, you got some guys that are going to try to plug in there, but I think Greg's right. Let's go with Madison on that one. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We appreciate you as always. Wake up with us next Sunday, of course, with Week 18, all the kind of great stuff to finish off the year. It's going to be tough with picks because we're going to be figuring out who's playing and who's not. So it's always tough indeed. But come join us on next Sunday for the playoffs. You'll be joining us on on Saturdays. We'll be doing that as well. We had some questions come in.
Saturdays.
Good luck. Yeah, we talked about that because there'll be Saturday games during the playoffs. So we'll be doing our wake up show on Saturday mornings. Pay attention to the text thread. We got one more real quick. Justin, what do you think? Love or Purdy today? PPR does not matter with the QB, my brother, but what do you think?
I'm going to go with Love because the last time he played Minnesota, he had himself a real nice game. And, I think Love they need it right now, and he's on.
I think you're good either way with this. Love with the good matchup. Purdy, I think the reason why he's an okay play as well is because of volume. You could expect some volume from Purdy. They're going to have to throw to keep in this ball game. So I think either way you're good, but I agree with Justin. I'll go with Love in that. Fred, last one, PPR. You got Tyreek Hill or Josh Downs? Which one do you think?
Yeah, Fred. Who you got?
Don't make me say it, Fred.
I think I'm gonna go with Downs because I don't know. Because Hill. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Downs, man.
I think that's a good play. I like it. Hate to even say it. Can't even say it. Jeez, oh please. But yeah, Monty, thank you so much for your question. We appreciate you. Daryl, thank you, my brother. We appreciate you. Happy New Year to all of you guys. Into this year. Appreciate Black Harry Potter. Love the energies. Like and subscribe. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, my brother. We appreciate you. Happy 2024 to you guys. Happy New Year into 2025. Hope you had a great year. We enjoyed having you on as always, of course. And thank you guys so much for joining us, subscribing, all the likes, all that good stuff, man, keeping us going. So we appreciate you. Don't forget, again, wake up with us next Sunday. And from us to you, Happy New Year. And we are out.